All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're starting a few minutes late, and that will lead us into the very first lump of coal we give today. Because, Lynette, I think you'd like to choose who gets that lump of coal this morning, right?
Whoever was on that train.
That's right. The Norfolk Southern gets the first lump of coal on the Christmas show. It's the morning call on WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana. Good morning. It's Tom Dabertin, and I'm joined in the studio this morning by none other than MX. He's here. He's live, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be doing our show this morning. We've got the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and we're all set to do our show. But, yes, we got delayed a little bit by a Norfolk Southern train. Almost caught me, and I almost got caught in that traffic trap. But I turned at the very last second, and thank God, because I went around, and then you said you were caught in it. And Jed, by the way, folks, got do a shout out to Jed Delo. He came in and he actually got us set up in 4 minutes time. He comes in and says, "Okay, I got 4 minutes to do a 10-minute job," and he got it done. So congratulations, or a good shout out to him. Let's begin though with traffic, and the good news is traffic looks pretty good in Northwest Indiana this morning. 8094, the toll road, I-65, Klein Avenue, all looking really good. Going across the line in Illinois, it actually looks pretty good as well. A little backup on the Dan Ryan starting around 43rd, but that's to be expected. If you take that route on a daily basis like I used to, you know that it starts to back up. Otherwise, 294, I-57, the Bishop Ford, all look good. Once you get into the city, the Stevenson, Eisenhower, and even the Kennedy are moving pretty well right now, so we're in good shape. Had a little rain this morning in parts of the region. So, Lynette, tell us what's going on.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're at 35 degrees with highs of 37 and lows of 31. We'll be having periods of clouds and sunshine today, and later tonight should be not as cold with increasing clouds. It's going to be windy late with occasional rain and drizzle towards dawn. And then tomorrow on Thursday, we'll be having highs of 49 and lows of 15. It should be windy with periods of rain ending in the early afternoon. And then Friday, we'll be having highs of 27 and lows of 23. Should be partly sunny, breezy, and much colder.
And I understand it's going to be pretty gusty winds tomorrow, and they're going to be out of the south. So everybody who's got Christmas decorations, you're used to getting your Christmas decorations blasted from the north and from the west. Well, we're going to see how good of a job you did hanging them, because now they're going to get blown from the south. So that always makes for interesting challenges for a lot of people, because you tie them down and you think, okay, I'm tying them down to protect from the north and the west, and then we get these southerly winds. So good morning. This is the Christmas show this morning. We're not going to be on next Wednesday, which is Christmas Eve. However, we'll be on next Friday instead. And just a quick point, this coming Friday, beginning at 6 a.m., Jed's going to take the show for an hour, and then Brent Brazier and Matt Maloney are going to be on, and they're going to finish out the show. So look forward to having Jed on Friday as well. So, but it looks like we're going to have a lot of fun this morning. And MX, great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Tom.
You brought donuts. I mean, you brought your admission ticket. So it's all. I mean, Lynette, you need to come in here at some point, because he brought some nice donuts, nice looking donuts. I mean, these are. That custard filled one though has my name on it. I mean, I'm sorry, but everything else says whoever wants it, but that one says Tom.
From our sponsors.
From a sponsor, right? Strachan Van Til. So 845-1100 is the number to call. You can call in today. We're going to do a couple of Christmas gifts throughout the morning. But you can also call in and you can give a lump of coal. And I'm going to begin. I know we have a caller, but I'm going to begin by giving a lump of coal to Donald Trump for his comments about Rob Reiner. Those were inappropriate. Look, somebody dies, you can say you didn't always agree with them, but you give your condolences and you stop. So I'm going to give a lump of coal to Donald Trump. What do you say?
What Donald Trump said is nothing compared to what I heard in the mill as a Boilermaker. I heard some stuff that I cringed as a little kid. Well, I was 18, and I seen some stuff out in the front gate that a World War II guy did to somebody protesting, and I said to myself, what did I get myself into? And Jimmy Hoffa always said, because I'm big union, and even my furnace's union, Jimmy Hoffa says, if you dish it out, you better be able to stand up and take it.
I know, but you're talking a little different when it's the President of the United States. And I just think that it was wrong. Look, he didn't want people to say ill things about Charlie Kirk. Shouldn't say it about anybody that dies. We'll leave it at that. 845-1100 is the number to call, and we've got a caller, so we'll go right to the calls. Good morning, you're on the air.
I was listening to ABC Channel 7 News out of Chicago earlier this morning, and they started talking about a ham giveaway by Strack and Van Tills at their East Chicago site at 148th and Indianapolis Boulevard. But in the middle of that, they went into an emergency the monthly annual emergency test. So I didn't get a time or a date of the ham giveaway.
Well,
Maybe
I'll tell you what.
somebody
There's two hams on the radio this morning. I'll give you that. I mean, we got two big hams on the radio this morning, Walt. But if I can find out the information, we'll gladly get it to you. But it sounds like a very nice way to celebrate and bring in the Christmas holiday. So, Walt, one of the things we're going to do today is, of course, we've got gifts, and we have different gifts to give. So, if you give us a number between 1 and, is it 13? 1 and 13, right?
12.
No, you have 13 written on here. 1
yeah,
and 13.
I do got 13. How about
okay.
that?
If you give us a number between 1 and 13, you can actually give out a gift to someone this morning. So you choose a number by the end of the call. You don't have to do it just yet, but when you get to the end of your call this morning, you're going to choose a number, okay?
Okay.
So,
well, you two guys, I mean, in many ways, you're in terms of your presentation style, you have a different approach. MX is a little more, shall we say, surprising and spicy, and Tom Dabertin is more of a low-key kind of guy, but you do have something in common, and that is you both voted for Obama twice. How about that?
Well, did we, you know what? Next year, we need to do a gift for Walt.
Yeah.
He gets a lump of coal. He gets a lump of coal for reminding us. Walt, you just got a lump of coal for that one. I've mentioned before, I really thought that back in the day, and so did MX, he sounded good. It sounded like he'd bring about some change. And if I remember correctly, Obama's second term, his opposition was what's his name out of Utah, wasn't it?
Well, here's why I was upset at Obama. The steel workers were down on our knees, and I know you're not going to want to hear this. Obama was for Trans-Pacific Partnership. He never helped us. He didn't install it, but Hillary did. And what Trans-Pacific Partnership means, it would have been the end of the steel mills. So when I went down to the Union Hall, I belonged to Local 1010. I started in 1975, August 26th. Everybody down there, to just give him another 4 years and he'll help us with the trade policies. And he did not help us.
Well, and I remember now, it was Mitt Romney that ran against Barack Obama. And, Walt, I thought Mitt Romney was one of the most disingenuous candidates for any office that I was ever asked to vote for. I just couldn't vote for him. I mean, as I'm going to go home and have milk and cookies now, again, he just didn't come off very genuine. And there was just no connection. And again, I always vote. So it was like, well, do I vote president or do I vote for, I wasn't enamored with Obama at that point. The first election, I thought Obama was going to be this great breath of fresh air. I wasn't crazy about Obama in the second election, but you had a choice between him and Mitt Romney, who, basically, I won't say where I thought the 2x4 was on that guy, because he seemed very stiff. He just seemed very, very disconnected to the American people. And so, one of the things I've said before, one of the problems that we have, and that includes, Pritzker in Illinois, or, people who call about Frank Mervan, is who are the Republicans going to nominate against people? You've got Bailey running for governor of Illinois. I mean, probably the worst choice and worst candidate you could put up against J.B. Pritzker. If you could find a decent candidate, he probably would win, according to the Newsweek poll that I read last week. 59.6% of the electorate in Illinois doesn't like J.B. Pritzker or his policies, but their point is that there's nobody else to vote for.
One thing I want to say, I went with the union, Local 1010, and we protested Mitt Romney buying Capitol. And what he had done, we went to Illinois on the bus, and what he had done, he moved everything overseas to make money. Do you remember that?
Sure do. Bain Capital is not exactly a positive for the American economy.
And so that's on my Facebook. We took pictures, and the infamous switchboard sandwich sign with the question mark, they followed me from Right to Work with Mitch Daniels all the way to NBC, followed me to Illinois there, and you'll see a picture of that in one of my photos. So Mitt Romney wasn't a choice, and we could get into Obamacare, but being a steel worker, he let us down.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Obamacare, Walt, I don't know if you caught this, but basically there was a story out this morning that the Republicans are largely going to kick the issue of any changes to Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. They're probably going to kick it down the curb again, and that's a huge mistake for the Republicans because it affects too many people. You're playing with issues that affect the average person, and I think they're making a huge mistake. I think Johnson, the Speaker of the House, who normally seems to be right on target on a lot of things, he owns this issue, and he's not doing anything to help things out, and I'm really disappointed. I thought they'd come up with something. What do you think?
I was no fan of Mitt Romney, but it's not unusual that when you have a big two-party system like we have, your choices very often you're not too happy about it. But the thing is, Romney was not a Chicago politician, and having spent 40 years working as a professional in various capacity and getting a close look at Chicago politicians and their supporters, I just had no stomach to pull the lever for the glamour boy Obama. I was not, shall we say, charmed into buying the story that they peddle about him, and but MX has left out something, and that is that when Obama put pressure on the state line power plant and forced it to close a year sooner than they originally planned, and I called in and criticized Obama for doing that, pointing out, for example, that like 80% of the people who worked there were U.S. Steel guys, and 20% were, salaried people. And what was MX's response to Walt criticizing Obama? What did you say, MX? You remember?
No, but you got a good memory. Here's what I want to say.
Hold on. Let him say what.
Here's what I want to say. I hear a lot, like Mike says on these airwaves. Yeah. I was in the Tower Gang. I hung iron from 1982 till I retired in 2005. All the high power electric is already at the mills. It's 138,000 is piped in at the electric furnace. I don't know what they have piped in at the coal center, but you can easily run a data center. Everybody, I know. I hung that iron.
But wait, let's hear what you said. Go ahead, Walt. What did you say? What did he say?
Well, he viciously trashed Walt for criticizing Obama.
Ooh.
Even though I was even though I was speaking up in the defense of the 80% of the workers there who were U.S. steel workers.
So wait a minute.
MX is a rather checkered past when it comes to that issue.
So you're saying basically that you'd like to give MX a lump of coal, right? For that comment, because we've got the lump of coal up, so you can give them the lump of coal. Go ahead.
Okay, MX, you got two lumps of coal. How about that?
Lumps of coal.
How about for stealing your signs, your Mitt Romney signs?
3 lumps.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's the 5 lumps of coal.
We're up to 5 lumps of coal. I mean, Lynette gets delayed going to work. She only gives 1 lump of coal to the railroad, but MX gets 5 lumps. Okay, Walt, go ahead and choose a number, and we're going to see who gets a gift. So choose a number.
5.
The number 5. Okay. Oh, this will be a good one. So number 5.
Right there.
Yes, here it is. And number 5 is a gift for Chuck Poland.
Yes.
And go ahead, MX. Describe what's going on here. If you're viewing, you can see this. But Chuck Poland gets a special gift this morning, and it's presented by none other than Joe Biden, one of his favorite presidents.
As you know, that's excellent Photoshop. That's the shirt that Chuck's been wearing he can't wear anymore.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
But Chuck, I got to admit it. We're in chat in MX Cartoons with another guy, and Chuck's been right about everything. But being right here means absolutely nothing, Chuck. So, and Chuck treats me really good because I'm 70. And remember, I'm older than you. Respect your elders.
Yes.
So,
I'm older than both of you guys.
Yes. I knew he was going to do that. You just got burned big time. Go ahead.
Well, the 5 lumps of coal make up for it. But what it means to be right, Chuck, nothing. It means nothing. And Chuck's been right about the train and kind of like the airport. So he gets an auto pen medal from Joe Biden. That's what that means. It doesn't matter if you're right here. After Chuck and I discussed.
So for those of you listening, he has a photo of Chuck Poland getting a medal put around his neck by Joe Biden, and it's the medal for knowing all, but it's worth nothing, right?
Yes, and Chuck was right. We talked about the extra taxes, remember?
Yes.
Okay, so now, if I can remember all these taxes, we got a Lake County income tax. They took our seated money. Plus, we give $3,500 of our RDA money from the casino, right? $3,500. You know that.
Right.
You work for the administration. Okay, I've got a wheel tax now, a food and beverage tax, a Lake County income tax, a local 1.2 tax coming up. I can't do another tax, is what I'm trying to say. And Chuck and I have discussed, because he's been an administrator in MX Cartoons, that when you take all our seated money and the casinos quit making the money they do, and they did because of Hard Rock, that you will get all these extra taxes. So I don't know, what would you possibly tax next?
Well, in your case, what would I tax next? I'd tax the Redneck Riviera. Hey, Walt, thank you so much for calling. Thanks for playing. Have a great Christmas. We'll talk to you.
This?
We'll talk to you on the 26th.
How about talking about, the pierogi drop award was given by USA Today.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that, how it got started, who were the main players? And,
we will actually on the 26th. We're going to cover that on the 26th. So
okay.
We'll cover it on the 26th, but the pierogi drop is coming up, and also we'll talk in a little bit. We'll talk about an event that's coming up this weekend, which is the Frosty Walk up in Whiting Robertsdale. So we'll cover that. Hey, thanks so much. Have a great Christmas. We'll talk to you on the 26th. 845-1100 is the number to call. We have another caller, and then we're going to take a break. Good morning. You're on the air.
I got a lump of coal to give out.
You can give out a lump of coal. Sure. Let me get back to the lump of coal, but absolutely, you can give out a lump of coal. Who would you like to give the lump of coal to?
Unfortunately, MX, the lump of coal is for you, my friend, because you haven't been on our secret messaging.
I think
platform too much.
that's 6 lumps of coal. In fact, give me that pen back over there because I'm going to keep track of how many lumps of coal MX gets. So MX is up to 6 lumps of coal, and it's not even 6:30 in the morning, and we started 5 minutes late. So there you go.
Can I explain myself?
No. You're on the radio. This is time for the callers.
This is the best show of the year.
This is time for the callers. So he gets a lump of coal.
Why does everything I do backfire on me?
Well, it probably at this point, since you're 70 years old, I mean, you kind of notice the trend, right? I mean,
you know what? I've been thrown on every, what would you call it, establishment here. Preacher got me thrown out of a lot of places doing shoe leather traffic, and it never stopped.
You know what? I don't see the preacher cutout this morning. I don't know where it is. We'll have to look for it during break. We need the preacher cutout.
In your last conversation, if you remember, preacher would refer to the gentleman you guys were talking about as Nobama.
Nobama. Yes, Nobama. Yes.
Nobama.
Of course, I was Tom Dabertin, remember? I was a lot of things. He actually had a lot of things to say. He was something else. I mean, my favorite remembrance of him is the time that I came in and he was doing the radio and I was supposed to take over from him, and he was standing out. We took a commercial break and he's standing out underneath the antenna and he's smoking. And I said, hey, there's thunderstorms in the area. And he goes, oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Right then, lightning hits the tower. And I saw Preacher run faster than he probably ever run in his life. He scurried back in that building so fast, and it was so funny. He goes, hey, you can't talk about lightning anymore. Don't ever bring that up again. He goes, that's a bad omen. He goes, I don't want to die getting hit by lightning. And it was so funny because he's standing under the antenna. I'm like, hey, Preacher, there's thunderstorms in the area. And he's, don't worry. And right then, bam, and it hits the tower, and he goes scurrying.
Streaking was big back in the day. Yeah, you might have not seen
back
him
in the 70s. Yeah, well, I don't think anybody wants to think of him.
No, not him. It wasn't him.
Yeah, no. All right.
Where's the guy that you got? Who's that guy that you guys had on the show last year? Osama. What was his name? Osama.
Oh, what was that last year?
I don't know. I can't remember that far back.
Osama bin Mad Mac.
That's
Osama
name, right? bin Mad Mac. That's right.
Yeah.
Osama bin Mad Mac is not with us this morning, but tell you what, you get to choose another gift. You choose a number. Can't choose 5 because 5's been given up. But if you choose a number, we will put up on the board and we'll explain the gift that person's going to get. So choose a number from 1 to 13.
We'll go with number 1.
Number 1. Oh, number
Man,
1.
Bingo.
Number 1
Bingo.
is a good one. All right. So number 1, got to find it.
Right there. No, this way. No, up. This way. That one.
Oh, there we go. All right. So number 1 goes to Mayor Thomas McDermott of the city of Hammond. You want to explain this one? It says, it is the mayor standing at a golf course wearing a Trump 2028 hat. So you want to explain this one, MX?
Well, as you know, me and the mayor, we've been meeting at Big Wheel.
Because he's buying you breakfast. He's buying you breakfast. I just want to point that out. Lynette, how many times has Mayor McDermott bought you breakfast?
0.
Yeah, see? We were there last week. He didn't buy me breakfast, but he's buying you breakfast. Okay. It's just establishing the influence here. Go ahead.
Well, see, the Trump 2028 hat will help his golf game. I know he doesn't like Trump, but it'll help his golf game. And if you help his golf game, he might not be so vocal like Trump. Which is worse, what Trump did or what he called ICE?
Well, I'll tell you what. I know this much. That any day of the week, Tom McDermott's golf game is better than mine. All right? Mine is absolutely horrible.
Look how happy he is.
But he looks
Trump
very
hat.
happy with the Trump hat. I mean, it looks good on him. I agree with you. But, I think we want to get back to this issue of why he's buying you breakfast all the time. I mean, what's going on here? I mean,
well,
I don't know. I think there's some explaining to do.
Mr. Pronicki, if you Google Dick Pronicki, he was a woodsman, right? And
We're not going to get into the Paul Bunyan stuff again.
No.
Okay.
I always told my sister-in-law that in the end, I will have a cabin with one room, right?
Okay.
And it happened.
I don't know where this is going. I don't think
Well,
the mayor wants to be involved in this story either. But
it really happened. I got a beautiful cabin built by the Amish people.
Right.
And we trucked it up there during the COVID. That was a real trip. You got no idea. So Mayor Tom and I are in negotiations. And I know where you want to put it, and I'm older with you, and it ain't going there. So what we're going to do with this cabin, we're going to put it next to the Little Red Schoolhouse, and I'm going to replace that cabin. What happened?
Well, your story went too long.
Oh, so what happens is we're going to truck this cabin down when I kick. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's got a kick, right?
Right.
Uh,
I think you should be buried in the cabin. The cabin should become your coffin. They just dig a giant hole and drop it in.
Yeah, I could be buried under Hessel Park. But so we're negotiating that, and the mayor gave me my shot spotter, and I'm sort of an activist, and everything's cool. But I still think if he uses that hat, his golf game will be better, and it'll slow him up a little bit.
Well, you know, he's nearby, so if he wants to stop in and claim his hat, you'll give it to him in person. And the Trump 28 hat looks pretty good on that. You did a good job on the photo. That's pretty good.
Can you imagine the people that would come in? Because I love the Cabela's now. Let's get into the Cabela's. I think one of the things that the mayor done for me, being an outdoorsman, a woodsman, is the Cabela's. Can you imagine? They truck my cabin back and put it next to the Little Red Schoolhouse, and these kids can go through it on certain days, and then they could go to Cabela's. And we started fishing the Little Cal with a can of corn.
I got a better idea. They put your cabin in the parking lot, and they refer to it as MX's outhouse. That's what they should do with your cabin. Put it in the parking lot, and they'll just put a sign on it as people drive by. It'll just say MX's outhouse.
You know,
we have to take a break.
You know what my next cartoon is?
Yeah, it's probably something.
I'll put it to you this way:
yeah.
The Biden Library. And what'd you say it was?
Oh, I said it was an empty mattress store. Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
Today we go private at 748. The Biden Library will be an outhouse. So you must have. We mind melded.
You know what? So you're announcing this morning on the radio that you're going to donate your cabin from the Redneck Riviera to the Joe Biden.
No.
Yeah, no, that's what you said.
No.
I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break. I know we've got some callers holding. We'll be right back.
And then I got to put the new cabin back at that spot.
We'll be right back after these commercial announcements. It's the morning call with Tom Dabertin on WJLB 1230 AM 104.7 FM. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at some morning call with Tom Dabertin on WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM. Of course, we're also available on YouTube Live and the TuneIn app. And MX is sitting in with me this morning, and it's the Christmas show. Let's do traffic and weather, and we'll get back to the show. I know we have callers waiting. Traffic looks pretty good in northwest Indiana. 8094 I-65 Toll Road and Klein Avenue, all in good shape. Across the line in Illinois, the only issue is the good old Dan Ryan. It's now backing up to 51st Street, so be careful there. I would suggest that you use Lakeshore Drive. Lakeshore Drive is a clean shot all the way into downtown. No backups right now, so if you're looking for a quick way to get there, get off the Ryan, take Lakeshore Drive, or take State Street, surface street that runs nearby. It'll also get you into downtown. And with that, let's go to weather.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're at 35 degrees with highs of 37 and lows of 31. We'll be having periods of clouds and sunshine, and then later tonight will be not as cold with increasing clouds and should be windy late with occasional rain and drizzle. And then tomorrow and Thursday we'll be having highs of 49 and lows of 15. Should be windy with periods of rain ending in the early afternoon. And then Friday we'll be having highs of 27 and lows of 23, and it should be partly sunny, breezy, and much colder.
All right, there you have it. Traffic and weather. Let's go to the callers, and we've got a couple of patient people this morning. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning. So who would you like to give a lump of coal to this morning?
The what?
A lump of coal.
Who should you give it to?
Who would you like to give a lump of coal to? So, for example, I said Donald Trump got a lump of coal for his comments about Rob Reiner. Lynette gave a lump of coal to the Norfolk Southern for blocking her ability to get to work. And MX so far is up to 6 lumps of coal for you name it, he's gotten it. So
Well,
do you want to give a lump of coal to anybody?
Before I get another lump of coal,
Yes.
come get a donut.
There you go.
That's coercion. They call that coercion.
We'll give one to Jim.
Okay, Jed Jed gets one lump of coal.
That's
All
what
right.
I want to hear.
All right, add it to the tally. So,
Right.
how are you?
Okay. I'm
Good.
calling in just to say hi to everybody and Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you as well, because this is our Christmas show, and we won't have a chance to talk until after Christmas on the radio. I'll be off next Wednesday, and of course, Christmas Eve, not exactly the best day of the year to listen to radio, but I'll be back on Friday, the 26th instead. So my show's just going to move to the other side of the holiday. And then the following week, I should point this out, New Year's Eve, I will not be here because that's the day of my daughter's wedding, so I definitely won't be doing the radio that morning. I think Adriana may fill in for me. She doesn't know it yet, but Jed's going to talk to her. And then I'll do Friday, January 2nd. So won't miss a week, but I will miss a couple of days, a couple of my normal days.
Well, at least you'll be back.
Absolutely. I always look forward to being here and just love talking to everybody and having a chance to visit. So it's a great time. Would you like to choose a number to see who wins the next Christmas gift?
What number? Is it like 1 through 5?
1
through 10?
through 13. 1 through 13, but number 1 and number 5 have already been taken, so you can't use 1 or 5.
3.
Number 3. Oh, number 3. Number 3. So let me pull that up. And number 3 is, let's see, must be in this one. There it is. Number 3.
No, yeah,
that's it. And number 3 goes to?
Verley.
It's Verley. Okay, Verley gets a Christmas gift. And
And
what does Verley get for Christmas?
Verley gets 2 free tickets and is cordially invited to Trump's new ballroom. And here's the sponsors. So she's cordial. When the new ballroom is up, she gets 2 free tickets.
Well, there you go. And she likes to go to those kinds of activities and those kinds of gatherings. So she gets to go to Washington. She's outgoing. She gets to go to Washington, and she gets to go to the new ballroom.
Right. And,
And I can just speak for Verley right now. You just got another lump of coal. You're at 7 lumps of coal for that one. So 7 lumps of coal for MX. Okay.
No, here's the deal now. Okay, I don't want to talk about myself all the time like Jed, but I put up a lot of buildings, right? Being an ironworker, boilermaker.
Yes.
And those beams are not riveted that they tore down, okay?
Okay.
They were cement. And everybody's saying, oh, you tore down something that was there during Abraham Lincoln. That's not true.
Yeah, no, the East Wing was not built during Abraham Lincoln. The East Wing actually has been the one part of the White House that was never considered to be historical.
So what happens is, first thing I seen was the cement beams. And I like him a lot, and I agree with him. And he doesn't say his name, Uncle Danny. I agree with him. He says citizens against everybody. Well, his last call, I do agree with it, okay? But he's a carpenter, and he doesn't know that those places that they're going to put the data center in already got the voltage there. I know, I worked on it.
All right.
So let's look at the sponsors that Verley doesn't know about, because anything Trump does is completely wrong. You know, I always got beat up on for what I done, but you have to realize you've got read the names off. I can't.
Well, it says Altera Group, Amazon, Apple, Booz Allen Hamilton, Caterpillar, Coinbase, Comcast, Google, HP, Lockheed Martin, Meta Platforms, Micron Technology, Microsoft, Next Era Energy. Let's see, Union Pacific Railway, and it goes on from there. So there you go. So we'll end this call with this. You got to choose a gift for Verley, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas. And we'll look forward to talking to you on the 26th.
Okay.
All right.
Merry
Thank
Christmas
you so much.
to you and yours. Merry Christmas to you and yours, Deb.
Absolutely, Deb. And now we have to pull up the lump of coal for the next caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Oh, there you go.
First thing, I was just going to listen to the Christmas show, but the professor and my wife beat me. I wasn't going to call in. But the first thing I want to say is that number one pitcher with the pitcher number one and MX, I know why the mayor buys some breakfast, because the mayor hurries up and goes over the border, gets his goodies, and comes back and doesn't want to be embarrassed eating all that food at the big wheel with MX.
Ooh. You're suggesting that he has some munchies, huh? Whoa.
I did. That didn't come out of my mouth. You know, I just said,
Sure. It sounded like you insinuated that, but that's okay. And I apologize, but MX brought in donuts. And as you know, because you brought in donuts before for me as well, you put donuts in front of Tom Dabertin, and those donuts are in trouble. They are in danger. They're endangered. They're endangered items. So go ahead.
The thing is, I'd really like to give 2 pieces of coal to one certain person.
Let it rip. Don't be shy.
All right.
I need
To Jim Delo, because simple reason, he don't know how to comb his hair, and he's always got something stuck on the bottom of his lower hair when he's eating something.
Wow.
Jim
he is up to 3. He's up to 3.
He's going to win this.
lumps of coal.
He's closing in fast.
He's closing in, but you're at 7. Trust me. There are other people that are going to call in this morning. Don't
We're not
worry.
doing this coal thing next year. I'm just kidding.
You're going to get the lump. You're going to win. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, very good. Mike, thank you so much
Who's the other
for
one?
calling.
Who's the other person that you're thinking of?
No, he said 2 lumps of coal to Jed.
Oh, I thought he had
Two
2
lumps.
people.
No, 2 pieces of coal for Jim, because number one, if he hurried up and didn't took the camera off him because his hair looked like he got underneath the oil to check his oil and didn't know the dipstick was underneath
You know what?
the hood. and
Jed's a couple years younger than me, and he's got a full head of hair, and I'll give him credit, okay? He's got hair. A lot of guys, a lot of guys don't have that kind of hair. I'm losing mine. I keep it short. MX this morning comes in and says, "Hey, look at my hair." There, he's showing his hair, right? And then I said, "What are you talking about? What do you think I have?" You got full head of hair, but it's not like Jed. Jed's is like, I think Jed puts Miracle Grow on his head. I think he puts Miracle Grow.
Thing is, Jim's got a lot of hair, but he'll never take his shirt off and turn his back to the camera.
Well, we don't even want to go there. We're eating donuts this morning, Mike. That ends. Okay, you know what? Trucker Mike gets a lump of coal for mentioning Jed's hairy back. There you go. You just got a lump of coal, buddy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, you have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you didn't give my wife a piece of coal?
No, we didn't. We probably should have.
Hey, for you, Tom, MX, everybody at the station, everybody that's been listening to this station, everybody have a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy your dinner at the table with your family, and just...
And Mike, we're all just very pleased and very happy that you're doing well and that you were able to contact a couple of people, one sitting right here and the other Dave Gehrman, and that Dave and MX were able to find you and take care of you and get you some assistance that day. And, it's only been 6 months, and it's great to know how well you're doing.
My Christmas could have been different this year, but it's because of so many people at one point, one certain second came all together, and that shows you that how wonderful people are in this world.
All right. Hey, thank you so much. All right. Thanks, Mike.
I'm going to let you guys go so you can get some more coal to people.
All right.
But,
all right. Thanks so much.
I hope Jed gets a lot more.
All right. 845-1100. We'll go to the next caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, is this a new show?
Is it a new show? It's the same show.
Is this a new show?
No, it's the same show. It's the same show every Wednesday, but this is the Christmas show.
No, it's fantastic. No wonder this is Lynette's favorite day of the week.
There you go.
It's a fantastic show you have here today.
Well, thank you. Thank you,
Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck.
No,
you missed. Did you see your gift?
I didn't. I just tuned in. I was getting ready for work. I have to go back and watch later. Are you
on able to look on video?
Not at the moment. I'm
because
traffic and Dan Ryan.
Because President Biden, former President Biden, presented your gift. I mean,
did I get a bicycle?
No, you got something even better. You got an award. You got an award for being right from President Biden.
I have a bunch of those already, but thanks. I could use another one for the collection.
Yeah, and this one is from President Biden.
So write that down.
That adds value, doesn't it?
I think so.
It was auto pen, but you'll be okay.
That's right. It was done by the auto pen. He didn't really know he gave you the award,
Chuck,
but that's okay.
Chuck, I talk good about you. You helped me with MX cartoons. Now we're on part 5, but everything you said was right. Once we start this train, now we got Hammond's got 4 new taxes, and
don't forget the airport.
Yeah, the airport. But the train is really going to hurt these younger kids like Lynette. And so for being right all the time in Lake County, you got an auto pen medal with Joe Biden in that shirt you got when you was like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day. So being right here means nothing, Chuck. I'm not hurting your feelings or anything, but you do a really good job of bringing out, and you were right about all the extra taxes we've accumulated. I won't go through it again.
But wait a minute.
Well, I mean, but real quick though, just predicting that our government will add new taxes. I mean, that's kind of it's an unfair bet because that's pretty much a sure thing at this point in our society. But you know what, MX? I was thinking about us last night because Paul Goddard posted a video of the South Shore barreling through Munster at 80 miles an hour last night, and I saw a bunch of people on different groups going, "What was all that noise? What's going on?" And I realized that there's a lot of people in the region that don't get the full story, and it was amazing to see how many people were saying, what do you mean there's a train going through Hammond? What was all that racket last night? And, it reminds me that we have to just keep on keeping on because the people aren't getting the news from other places, other than WJOB and a few Facebook groups. Like people aren't getting the full story anymore.
Chuck, I've got to ask before we go, who would you like to give a lump of coal to?
Oh, I got to give it to just like Lynette. I got to give it to the train for barreling through Munster, the
South
peace and
Shore.
quiet.
So the South Shore gets
the main line has been late and been shut down for a week. But that new line, man, that sure is barreling through town.
Well, I'll tell you what, that so far, just to go through the tally, South Shore has one, Trucker Mike has one, Norfolk Southern has one, Trump has one, Jed has three, and MX has seven. Maybe you want to give an extra one to MX just to keep him in the lead.
Yeah, give it to MX Cartoons.
No, I'm going to give it to MX Cartoons 4. How about that? How about give it to Zuckerberg for shutting down MX Cartoons?
All right, Zuckerberg gets a lump of coal. We'll give it to Zuckerberg. All right, sounds
thank
good.
Thank you guys. You guys are having a great show today. Can't wait to listen to the rest of it. You guys have a good Christmas.
All right, same to you, Chuck.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Can I say one thing? I've known Jed. I saved his life in 1986, and he'll tell you about it. Okay, the motocross boys had him taped up, and
you've told that story.
Okay, well, Chuck. Jed don't like to lose. When this is over with, Jed will have 50, and MX will have 7. So
all right, there you go. Hey, take care, Chuck. 845-1100 is the number to call. We've got another caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
How you doing, Tom?
Great. Good morning.
Hey, as far as giving a lump of coal, I'd like to give one to Donald Trump. And not just because of what he said about Rob Reiner. Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of his biggest supporters. She went to war for this guy. And the minute that he got on the other side of the argument about the Epstein files with her, he threw her under the bus so fast it'd make you swoon. I cannot understand why he let this, but he did this to this lady. And yet he's got time to bring that radical communist Mangami to the White House and falling all over him. And in addition to that ex-ISIS leader from Syria that was actually involved in genocide, he brought him to the White House and fawned all over him. But Marjorie Taylor Greene's persona non grata, if it wasn't for the fact that the loons on the left are so crazy, and I think his popularity would probably be half of what it is now. And I'm a guy that voted for Trump in every election.
All right, we have a lump of coal for Donald Trump, and you brought up some good points. Now, I do understand the challenge on Syria because the individual is now the president of Syria, and from a diplomatic standpoint, there are some considerations. We meet with a lot of leaders that aren't necessarily the best people on planet Earth, but I get that one. But I think you're right about Mandami and compared to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And Greene, I'm not a huge fan of hers by any means, but I have to say you're right. I mean, he threw her under the bus, and she was one of his most ardent supporters in Congress, and that just didn't make a lot of sense. I agree with you there. So 2 lumps of coal for Donald Trump. Now let me ask you, would you like to choose a number to see who else is going to get a gift today? We have numbers between 1 and 13. A couple of them are chosen. So if you choose a number that's been taken, we'll just have you choose again.
Oh, how about 12?
Oh, my God. Number 12.
Bingo.
And number 12, this guy really needs to get skewered. There's no question about it. Number 12 goes to none other than... Oh, my gosh, it's me.
No. Oh,
Right.
Tom Dabertin,
That's right. It is me. Well, you look at that photo. How could you not? All right, go ahead, MX. So this is me, and it says Tom Dabertin, a.k.a. Bigfoot, spotted driving Volkswagens with a catalytic converter at Gary Airport.
Well, can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Crickets on the gas prices were down to $2.31. I don't care. Trump says it out loud when he thinks of somebody. That's better than somebody in the other room stabbing you in the back. I like that. So now,
explain
the. You got to understand this now. I mean, now we're friends, right? But
maybe not. Anyway, go ahead.
But preacher, could you lower this?
Okay.
Yeah, mine's hot. Boy. Okay. So what had happened was, preacher wanted me to hunt for this Bigfoot during shoe leather traffic. He said, "MX, you got to go out there, and you got to go out there by the Gary Airport, and the Bigfoot guy's Tom Dabertin, right?" So at that time, preacher told me that they parked a bunch of Volkswagens there at the at the airport now. Remember
Right.
that?
Yes, they do.
And they were taking catalytic converters.
Right. So you thought I was out there stealing catalytic converters?
Yes. So here you are with a catalytic converter running off, and I didn't even know you. You got to forgive me.
So
for
that picture is actually taken from a photo that I took with my daughter in downtown Chicago at the Thanksgiving Day parade back when my daughter was in high school and her girlfriends wanted to go to the parade, and I went with them and drove them to downtown Chicago, and we saw what's his name, the lead singer from Quiet Riot. He was there, and he's in the photo as well. And you photoshopped that photo out of that, or you photoshopped that photo to get my picture.
So I went over and I said, one of my cartoon staff says, "This is what we're going to do, right?" So I clipped that picture. I said, "That's $1 million picture," and I got you stealing. I just want to know one thing. We got you saw blades for your sawzall. If you ever decide to go back into cutting catalytic
converters. All right. Hey, thank you so much for the call. Thanks for skewing me by choosing number 12. Way to go. I think you're getting a lump of coal. No, I'm only kidding. Hey, thanks so much for the call. Have a Merry Christmas. Appreciate you calling in on a regular basis, and we will talk to you on the 26th.
Well, you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, too.
All right. Thank you so much. MX, Lynette says it's time for a break. So we're going to take a break. We're going to wait about 10 seconds because we're going to be able to do station identification at the top of the hour. And I get extra bonus points for this. I probably get an extra lump of coal to be right on target. But you are listening to WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana. This is the morning call. It's our Christmas show. And we're going to be right back after these commercial announcements. So stay tuned, and we'll give you traffic and weather, and we'll take more calls. All right, we're back, folks. Good morning. It's the morning call with Tom Dabertin on WJOB, 1230 AM, 104.7 FM. And, of course, joining me this morning is none other than MX. You can call in this morning. You can choose for someone to get a gift. You just choose a number. And you can also give them a lump of coal. You can say whoever you want to give a lump of coal to. The tally right now, we should have like a drum roll. Mark Zuckerberg, 1. The South Shore, 1. Trucker Mike, 1. Norfolk Southern, 1. Donald Trump, 2. Jed Dietelo, 3. And MX is in the lead with 7 lumps of coal. Hey, I'll keep you warm at least. You can burn the coal. And
warm my heart up.
Warm your heart up like the Grinch, yes. But we are we're doing our Christmas show because next Wednesday is Christmas Eve, and I won't be here. And a lot of people kind of take the day off, and radio is not a major a focus of their lives that day. But I'll be here on Friday the 26th instead. And then the following week is New Year's Eve, but that's also my daughter's wedding, so I will not be here. And I believe Adriana is going to fill in for me, but she doesn't know it yet because Jed hasn't told her, but it'll probably be Adriana, and then I'll be here on the 2nd. So that's the adjusted schedule for the next few weeks. Want to go to traffic real fast. Again, Northwest Indiana is looking really good this morning. No problems at all on any of the roads. The only big problem in the Chicago area right now is the Dan Ryan going into the city. The backup is now all the way to 51st. So be careful out there. Lakeshore Drive looks good. State Street looks pretty decent. There is some backup on the Eisenhower. That's inbound, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem for people listening from Northwest Indiana and the southern suburbs. The Kennedy has spots of traffic this morning, and so does the Stevenson. So there you have traffic, and it's time for Lynette and the cleanest car. We should have done the cleanest car award.
It's not anymore.
It's not
with
anymore.
This weather.
It's still cleaner than mine. You know what? I had a I don't know why, but yesterday I was parked out in Maryville and I came out to my car and I had bird poop on the windshield. And you know, you don't have anything to clean it off, so you turn on the wipers, right? Worst thing you can do. And I drove home, and it looked like something from a movie. I'm kind of looking between the streaks. So trust me, your car's cleaner than mine. And during the break, Lynette, I was telling MX the biggest problem with eating a chocolate-covered donut on the air, is that pieces of chocolate fall down on the seat, and then your pants are warmer than the chocolate, and it melts, and then it looks like you had an accident. So there you go. All right, so with that, I probably deserve a lump of coal for describing that. But go ahead with weather.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're at 33 degrees with highs of 37 and lows of 31. We'll be having periods of clouds and sunshine. It should be not as cold with increasing clouds, and then windy late with occasional rain and drizzle. And then tomorrow on Thursday, we'll be having highs of 49 and lows of 15. It should be windy with periods of rain ending in the early afternoon. And then Friday, we'll be having highs of 27 and lows of 23. It should be partly sunny, breezy, and much colder.
And you know what? I think Lynette deserves a lump of coal this morning. You know why? Because she's producing this show, and someday she's going to have to live down the fact that she was the producer of this show. So you're getting a lump of coal. You're getting added to the list. There you go. One lump of coal.
Bet you was up all night. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this?
She was. Trust me, she wasn't delayed by a train this morning. Okay, she wasn't delayed by a train. She was sitting there saying, I should turn around. I should really turn around and go back home. And
I felt the same way.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. 845-1100. We've got callers. We'll go right to the caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Great. Who would you like to give a lump of coal to?
Well, first, can I say something? I saw that Tom George had quite a response to the Rob Reiner thing.
Who did?
George.
Okay.
Did you read it?
No, I have not.
Tom, take a look at your Facebook and look at George's response to the Rob Reiner incident.
All right, I will. I absolutely will.
I put a like on that, by the way.
All right.
George.
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Who would I like to give a lump of coal to?
Yeah, give a lump of coal. Who would you like to give a lump of coal to?
You know what? That's a tough one because it's got to be between Matlock, Michelle, Verley, and Dave Gearman.
Well,
But
you can
with all
give
that-
out more than one lump of coal. I mean, we have a big coal pile. Okay, this is a big coal pile. This is like that coal pile that used to exist when I was a kid that my mother told me never to climb on when it was in like people's driveways waiting to be dumped down into their basement. And then, of course, I'd climb on it and get all dirty. So you can give out more than, we'll give you 2 lumps of coal to hand out.
Well, I haven't read the rule book on this, and I know it's been revised a couple times. I named 4 people, but the number one person that lets that entire liberal woke agenda being pushed out over these airwaves is Jim Deedlow, the king of liberals.
Uh-oh. You just moved Jed Deedlow up to 4 lumps of coal this morning.
Well, and I think that's only fair. I mean, if I could take one of those back to give him credit, he's the greatest athlete in the Calumet region. Just ask him. But when the conservative approach comes on the air, he does that quick side shuffle like he did for Munster High School football back in the day. So that's my lump of coal.
All right, so Jed Deedlow gets 4 lumps of coal. Now, you get to choose, and I have to apologize because we've only got a handful left. I think we have, 7 left. So choose a number between 1 and 13. But if you choose a number that's already gone, we'll give you another try.
Number 5, Johnny Bench.
Number 5 is gone, but I'll tell you what. We'll do this one. We'll do this one. All right. So because I
was kind of hoping
MX can't number things right. So he came up with 7 and 7A. So we're gonna do 7A as a substitute for number 5. So go ahead and MX.
Yeah. First of all, I want to talk good about Dave Kuziak.
This goes to Dave Kuziak.
I meet Dave's a hard worker. He runs one of the toughest businesses you can. I meet him at.
Is it this one?
Yeah,
it's this one. All right.
I meet Dave at Bow Strike in Van Tills. Dave has a lot of passion, and I hope he comes back. I seriously mean that. He constantly burns me, and I love the attention.
But explain what he's getting. Come on, you gotta explain it. He actually brought the container. There you go. All right.
If just in case he gets the urge, just pull over and do this, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. So if you remember his comments, MX brought in a plastic jug. And the picture is from Trailer Park Boys. Have you ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
So you remember?
Let me ask you this.
Okay, so you remember the skit about the father that drives the truck and what he uses the milk jugs for, right?
Absolutely. But did the Andrean alumni go in with you on this, MX, to purchase this?
I think they may have.
All right.
I'm not saying nothing because I don't
want
to get paid.
All right. Yeah, no, but anyway, Dave Kuziak gets a plastic jug, and his photo is superimposed on the Trailer Park Boys. So there you go. Hey, thanks so much for calling. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you on the 26th.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Hey, can I go with something?
Sure.
You know what? As much as Kuziak is an idiot in what he said, I will look at the other side of this and give Kuziak kudos for the coat drives and the food drives and all of that.
Yeah, and he's going to be back in January to do all that. So he's going to be back here, and you're right. He has his moments, but you know what? Everybody does, and Dave does a lot of good. And I've supported his food drive and his coat drive before, and will this coming year as well. So
take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you so much. 845-1100. We got another caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, I give a lump of coal to Matlock.
Ron Matlock gets a lump of coal.
And the reason why, it's like he's always pushing, the Democrats and always hating on Trump. You know what amazes me? I mean, I take my hat off to the man for, being a Vietnam veteran. He went over there. But I was wondering when he was a waist high in rice paddy water in Vietnam, fighting for, against communism so our country wouldn't, become communist, this and that, and what it is today, and he backs this today.
Well, I will agree with you. He, we have to thank him for his service. He went and he served this country when a lot of people wouldn't, and I admire him for that. And I've known him for a long time, actually. He was a precinct committeeman back in the early 1980s and late 70s when I was, and everybody has their good points, and you can disagree with people, but that doesn't mean they're a bad person. And that's really the one takeaway that I always have from the radio. We don't have to agree on everything by any means, but we have to respect each other's opinions. So,
right.
So Ron gets a lump of coal. Ron gets a lump of coal. I don't know what's your feeling about if you had a second lump of coal, would you give it to MX? Because he's in the lead right now, but he's only got 7, and Jed's moving up in second place.
I love winning.
Jed's got 4. What about MX?
I love winning.
No, I mean MX has done a lot for JOB.
Thank you.
In my opinion, you got the best radios. You got the best show on WJOB.
Even after today. Even after today.
Sure.
I don't know about today. You get to choose. You get to choose to give another person a gift. Now we only have 6 gifts left under our beautiful Charlie Brown Christmas tree here. So choose a number, and I will tell you. Don't choose less than 6 and up to 13. So between 6 and 13, you can choose a number.
13.
13. Ooh 13.
Bingo.
All right. 13's a good one. So 13 is, go ahead, MX.
Okay. Could you get 13 out there? Right here. Right there.
Right there. All right.
So what happens here is, in MX cartoons, a dignitary, I would say, from Highland, commented that in Senate Bill 1, that you can't use seated money for the train. Now, we have talked about this. So, and you agreed with me. So what is going to happen now, we paid for our train in North County with seated money. So that's not going to happen anymore. So they're going to have to devise a transportation tax. I'm thinking a transportation tax because of Senate Bill 1. And this guy here,
Mike Braun,
as you see, a lot of people got empty pockets.
So just to describe this for listeners, it's a picture of Mike Braun holding a bag of money and holding a pistol on the taxpayer who's got his pockets pulled out and is kind of breaking out in a cold sweat.
Empty pockets. A lot of people have empty pockets. I was in a store the other day, and a hardware store, and the person said, I'm broke, and I've been working my whole life, and I'm retired, and we're taking that money for this transportation. You got to have a transportation tax to build this now.
Right. Well, so the biggest problem with SB1, as I pointed out before, is that Governor Braun sold it as an idea that he was going to give everybody, including the caller, he was going to give you a $300 tax break on your property taxes. So you would accept a $300 tax break, correct?
Yes.
But at the same time, the head of the Indiana Counties Association said this is the greatest scam being played on the taxpayers because basically he's going to give you a $300 tax break, but the average person's tax bill in Indiana will go up about $800. So you're going to have a net loss of $500 because what they're going to do is, that, as MX said, they're going to create all these local taxes. So they're going to have a transportation tax, food and beverage taxes. They're going to have a local income tax. They're going to have all these additional taxes. And the end result will be that most people will pay about $500 more a year in taxes, except that it'll come out of your paycheck on a regular basis, so you won't get that big sticker shock that you get with property taxes.
It's called the local city tax.
Right.
Is what you're going to get.
Local city or town tax. And so it's a big scam, and the guy that pushed this through was none other than Governor Mike Braun, who said, I'm going to give everybody a huge tax break. I'm going to give them $300, and it sounds great until you find out that you're going to get a $300 tax break, but you're going to pay $800 more a year in taxes, which shows a net loss of $500 a year.
Now, Bob Starkey, who sits here with Chuck.
Yes.
Now, Bob says they're not going to use that 1.2 city local tax because they're not in debt.
Well, that's the town of Dyer, though. But most communities are going to be forced into it. And the town of Dyer, I'll just tell Bob, unfortunately, long term, they're going to have to do it because the way SB1 is structured, every local community is also going to be forced in at some point to put a local
So let me
tax
ask you this, Tom. Do we right off the gate, do we get a 1.2 tax or could we get a 0.5 tax?
It could be incremental up to 1.2.
And then he also went with the Lake County income tax. The boundary was 2.5. Right. We're at 1.5, but it could go up to 2.9 now.
Right.
So Mike Braun, who was a Democrat.
Mike Braun's a Republican.
I know, but he was a Democrat.
Right, he was a Democrat, right.
So, okay, right now, and a lot of people came on these airwaves, like Mike said, I love Mike. Said that the 1.5 tax will never go up. I've heard this now, and I'm not going to mention the people, right?
Well, again, I will defend like Mike Ripe because when he said that, he didn't know about Senate Bill 1. Okay, they changed the rules. So you can't blame Mike Ripe for it.
No, I'm not blaming him.
Rules.
But people had said, and I got to be nice because of Mike Cabin, that this 1.5 will never go up. It has to go up, okay? It has to. But now that the gas prices are getting lower, maybe it won't. But Braun,
gas prices are going lower. So here's the bad thing for the state of Indiana. When gas prices drop, so too do the revenue, the taxes that the state of Indiana receives off of gasoline. And because of that, trust me, you'll see some additional taxes.
There's enough taxes on that gas. But Braun raised that levy from 2.5 to 2.9, and then so now we can run through the taxes. We won't.
Well, we've already done
that. I don't want to bum everybody out.
Go ahead. Let the caller finish up. Go ahead.
Yeah, and my other lump of coal goes to Marvan and the Democratic Party.
Yes, that's who I've been looking for. Thank you.
Also, all you Democrats tonight at 8:00, if you ain't got nothing to do, you might want to watch this. The country with Donald Trump speaking on how much he's accomplished in 10 months when Biden couldn't do it in 4 years. So,
all right.
Have a good one.
All right. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for the call. We have another caller? All right. So, tell you what, we're going to let you choose, Lynette. You're going to choose a number now, and it's between 6 and we're down to 10. Between 6 and 10, choose a number. And you will award somebody another Christmas gift.
9.
Number 9. Oh, look at this. Look who she chose. Look.
Jed.
Yeah.
No, that's number 4.
No, this says number 9.
Oh, 9, yeah.
Yes.
That's my handwriting.
Okay, that's your handwriting. So we're going to go to number 9.
Okay.
All right. So it's this one, correct?
No.
No,
I didn't get nothing for that.
Right. Which one are we?
It's this is off the cuff.
Well, we'll do this one then. We'll do this one.
Okay.
Put this one up. All right. There he is. There's your boss.
Now, Jed, that's a different cartoon altogether. But Jed, I want to be nice to Jed, and I'm so happy he's getting out of here. I truthfully mean that. This is not WJOB here. And
we're going back home. We're going back home.
And, I don't care for all these windows, with everything going on.
Right.
No matter, you could have 99 people agree with you, and it's that one person that doesn't. And I'm not a big fan of these windows. I'm glad we're going back to the bunker. But Jed now. Is that what?
It's 9? Number
9. Jed gets 2 free truckloads with MX's truck to go back to the bunker.
So he can borrow your truck to move.
No, he can't borrow it. I'm driving.
Oh, you're driving, but you're going to drive two round trips of stuff from these studios back to the
And you know why?
the original studio.
I'm schmoozing him now, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And he owes me a bunch of favors. Maybe someday I could be a producer for Tom Dabertin.
There you go.
Maybe someday, I don't know.
Lynette, can you imagine, Lynette, you take the day off and MX is going to sit in for you.
You know what? Just call in and then I'll take over.
Look,
I'll let
Lynette,
you know.
Yeah, Lynette's already grabbing her coat and leaving. Thanks a lot, MX.
What do you think about Lynette?
No, stay. Don't leave. Don't leave. Come
Lynette,
on.
what do you think about MX as a producer? Jed told me to behave. I've been behaving, haven't I?
Hey, I'm down for it.
Okay, so one day you don't feel like coming in.
Here's the perfect thing. You have MX as a producer for a day, all right? And then no matter what you ever do the rest of your time here with WJOB, you could be here another 60 years. It'll never be as bad as when he touches those dials. So there you go. All right, so you've given, and the caption, so people that are listening, they can't see it, says, Jed looking to break into someone else's show.
That's another one altogether. We got to quit that one.
Yeah. That is the price. Do we want to take another break? Are we?
Yes, we should take another one.
We'll take another break. You're listening to the morning call at WJLB 1230 AM 104.7 FM. Give us a call at 845-1100. You can give a lump of coal to somebody and choose another gift under the Charlie Brown Christmas tree this morning. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. It's the morning call, the Christmas party edition with MX sitting in here this morning, and we've got about another half hour or so to call because at 8 o'clock we've got a couple of shows coming in this morning. I believe, if I'm right, it's Munster Chamber this morning?
Yes.
Munster Chamber followed by, I think, Parks?
No, School City of Hammond.
School City of Hammond. I'm sorry, School City of Hammond. So we're only going to be here till 8 o'clock, and then don't forget, This coming Friday, Jed's going to fill in for the first hour, and then Brent Brazier will roll out of bed, and he and Matt Maloney will take the show through till 9 a.m., and then next Wednesday is Christmas Eve. I won't be on, folks, but I'll be on Friday instead. So the 26th will be me, and then the following week is New Year's Eve, and that's also my daughter's wedding, so I certainly won't be on because I'll be at my daughter's wedding, but I will be on the 2nd instead. So I don't want to miss a week with all of you. I just enjoy being with all of you, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be here and a lot of fun to listen to you and talk to you. And this morning, you get to call in and you get to give somebody a lump of coal. You also can choose one of the remaining Christmas gifts for some of our regulars and some of the people that we all know and like in Northwest Indiana. So with that, let's do traffic. Traffic this morning in Northwest Indiana is fine, okay? When you get across the line into Illinois, the Bishop Ford is actually not bad. However, when you get onto the Ryan this morning, it's not looking great. It's backing up all the way now to Garfield Boulevard, which is 55th, is solid. And it looks like it might even it's starting to back up onto the Chicago Skyway, which is really bad news. The good news is that Lakeshore Drive is in pretty good shape right now. Generally not looking too bad. So if you take Lakeshore Drive, it's your better bet. State Street is also an option. It's a surface street that runs parallel to the Dan Ryan. Looking over at the Chicago area expressways, 294 is fine, I-57 is fine. The Kennedy, the Eisenhower, and the Stevenson all have some slowdowns, but not horrible. But I would say stay off the Dan Ryan this morning. And with that, let's go back to Lynette and talk about weather.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're at 34 degrees with highs of 37 and lows of 31. We'll be having intervals of clouds and sunshine, and then later tonight it's going to be not as cold with increasing clouds, windy late with occasional rain and drizzle. And then tomorrow on Thursday we'll be having highs of 49 and lows of 15. Should be windy with periods of rain ending early in the afternoon. And then Friday we'll be having highs of 27 and lows of 23, and should be partly sunny, breezy, and much colder.
So I'm going to give another lump of coal out this morning, MX. I'm going to give it to Jennifer Ruth Green. I'm going to give it to Jennifer Ruth Green. Somebody gave it to Frank Mervan. I'm going to give it to Jennifer Ruth Green. She's an announced candidate for Congress, but she yesterday basically agreed to pay a $10,000 fine for ethics violations during her time as a member of Governor Braun's cabinet. And to me, she knew why she was being forced out of Braun's cabinet. She knew what was going on, and then she still files for Congress, and she figures that people are going to elect her, and you pay a $10,000 fine. That doesn't bode well for you.
I wonder what the ethics violation was about.
Yes, the ethics violation was about using state property, state time for personal use, for political campaigns, for a whole bunch of things. And again, these are charges that were brought by Governor Braun's own administration. So it's a Republican administration bringing it on a Republican candidate. So
almost like what was that Attorney General's name? Well, we won't get it.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it is to me, she deserves a lump of coal. There are I got to
agree with you.
There are other candidates, but she shouldn't be running. If she's got those kinds of issues, she shouldn't be running.
Here's the deal. I think we talked about this when we worked on the show. If you want somebody to beat Mervin, you're going to have a Democrat, or you're going to have term limits. Or you're
going to have a decent candidate, period. I mean, again.
There's no Republican, maybe that Barb Reglitz that you're talking about might have a chance.
Reglitz, yes.
I supported Randy Niemeyer's campaign. And then Rick Niemeyer comes by and votes not to do redistricting. And what redistricting means to me, once they win again in the Congress, you'll have open borders. You'll have the Lake Riley Act will mean nothing. We had a stabbing over here, and I'm not going to say where, but I know where. But I just don't want to bring that up. So everything Trump done will be erased.
Oh, you mean the girl that got stabbed down in Lowell by the
I don't
Venezuelan gang member? Look, I'm not saying, whether somebody should run or not, but my point is whether it's in Northwest Indiana or it's across the line in the state of Illinois, when it comes to the Republicans, they generally don't choose good, strong candidates, and that's been my point throughout. And had the one individual last week who just obviously didn't listen to much that I had to say and thought I was picking on Frank Mervan. And my point is that if you're going to nominate someone, you need to nominate someone who can win, somebody who's a viable candidate. And the Republicans have not had a good track record of doing that in Northwest Indiana or across the line in Illinois. I mean, after all, they're nominating, or the leading candidate right now to run against Pritzker is Bailey, who lost miserably in the last election. And he's running against a governor who has basically a 60% unfavorable rating in the polls, but he's going to win probably by that same margin against Bailey if it's Bailey in Illinois. And if you're going to run somebody in Indiana and you want to run somebody against Frank Mervan, then run somebody who is a viable candidate, because who's going to vote for Jennifer Ruth Green after she paid a $10,000 fine?
No. Now, let's get into this. Published September 18th, 2024, 6:38 p.m. 158 Democrats vote against bill to deport illegal immigrants who commit sex crimes. So this redistricting with what Randy Niemeyer done is not the patriot thing to do. Okay?
Not Randy. You're talking about Rick Niemeyer.
Rick,
yeah, let's just clarify. They're related, okay? They're related, but let's not hold Randy Niemeyer accountable for his
I'm
relatives.
not. But the thing of it is, that's what redistricting means to me, is we're going to have open borders again. More young kids are going to get hurt. The Lake and Riley Act, people don't even remember that anymore. And I'm sure our illustrious congressman voted to have immigrants who commit sex crimes not to be able to deport them. This is right before Trump got on. So all the work Trump did to get these Venezuela, okay, they opened up their jails and they sent them people here. This thing about
Maduro's admitted that he opened up his jails, so he's admitted. Hey, we've got a caller. Let's go to the caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys. Merry Christmas.
Morning. Merry Christmas.
All right, I'll make it quick. Get shows coming up. Can I give a lump of coal to NIPSCO for jacking our rates up so high that we can't even afford to heat our homes this
And you know what?
holiday?
It's a perfect gift, because NIPSCO could burn the coal to produce more energy, and of course they can't, because they've been closing all of their generating stations, and it's posed some real problems.
Yep, they sure did, didn't they? They shut them all down.
So
thanks, guys.
So NIPSCO
Wait,
gets
what
a lump
number?
of coal.
What number?
Would you like to choose a number for the for the gifts? You've got a choice between 7, 8, and 10.
Well, my favorite number is 7. Let's go 7.
Oh, 7 it is. All right. Thank you very much. All right.
Merry
Number
Christmas.
7. Merry Christmas. Number 7. And
Brent Brazier. The big 6-foot
Yes,
hat.
here it is. Here it is. Brent Brazier, who's going to be here on Friday, so you can claim his gift on Friday. You want to explain this?
Yes. Brent Brazier, who I go to, he's got great brisket.
Oh, absolutely. Great brisket, great barbecue. Really, and a good guy.
And I messaged him that this will be okay. Brent Brazier gets a pink hat, knitted hat. It's 6 foot tall.
6 foot tall knitted hat with bunny ears.
With bunny ears. And a one-way ticket in the new South Shore extension out of town. And he has to wear that hat. Now, you know what? They called Jennifer Ruth Green carpetbagger. Then somebody called in and said, you know what, Brent? But the thing of it is, he might have been there holding that stop sign by that train that ran 90 mile an hour yesterday at South Shore. That could have been Brent. But I am not riding a train, and especially I won't let a loved one ride a train. You had that girl from Ukraine stabbed, and there was another stabbing. And the red line.
Well, there's one that was set on fire, too.
Yeah. And how many times was he convicted?
Quite a few. Dozens.
I'm not riding a train. I don't want the train to go to Lowell because I don't want a Transportation Act. And I'm not doing this because of me. I'm doing it because of these young kids. They don't even have a chance. They're so far behind the 8 ball with all these
Lynette,
taxes.
would you ride the train?
I
you
would.
ride the train?
I do.
All right. She does. See? So you're not doing it for Lynette.
No,
You
she's
pointed to Lynette.
probably a karate expert. No, nobody knows. She probably trained under Bruce Lee or something. Watch all them Bruce Lee movies.
Did you ever watch a Bruce Lee movie?
I have not.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, she probably
you
taught
get
Bruce
a
Lee.
lump of coal for lying. You get a lump of coal for lying.
Everybody watched Bruce Lee. Come
8.
on. How about Chuck Norris? You not know Chuck Norris?
No. She gave you a lump of coal for lying.
What?
You said that she watched Bruce Lee movies, and she's like, "No, I've never watched one." So you got another lump of coal. You're up to 8.
I love winning.
You're besting Jed 4 to 8. You've got 8 pieces of coal.
Like I said,
you can keep your house warm for about 2 hours with 8 pieces of coal.
I love winning. That goes into another story where they used to, back during Depression, my parents told me that they used to open up, and your dad told you, they would open up the coal bins on the cars, and everybody would shovel their coal. Remember that?
Back in the day, again, I remember in the 1960s, and you've got to remember it too, that you'd see those piles of coal out on people's like driveways, and your mom told you, don't go and play in that coal pile, right?
Right.
And then you'd get the coal dust on you, and once you got it on you, though, it was like impossible to get it off. I mean, it was almost like tar.
I worked at the Coke plant, and we use coke after coal goes to coke.
Right.
That's what the Coke plant does. It takes coal and converts it into coke. And we throw that in there with wood, and we'd work, and if we had to warm up.
That's how you'd warm up?
That's how we'd warm up. And it had the worst stink you could possibly imagine.
It didn't have a very nice smell, you're right. But you are now at 8 lumps of coal. Anyway, go ahead. So you're explaining about so Brent Brazier gets a one-way ticket out of town.
Yes.
Okay. And he gets a 6 foot high knitted cap with bunny ears.
Cover his whole body.
To cover his whole body and to draw attention to him on the train.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to explain to him that the train, I don't want another tax. I don't want this transportation tax out of SB1 bill. I don't know if Brent looked into the SB1 bill, but you can't use seated money. And you know what? How many more taxes? Wait, I don't need a train. You know what? If you can't drive to these locations right here, I drove to Inland Steel every day for 30 years. I mean,
you know what? Really, I think about SB1. I think about SB1, and we don't have him on here, but I'm going to put Governor Mike Braun on here because he definitely deserves a lump of coal or two for SB1.
Local city tax.
That was his brainchild. And again, he ran as a fiscal conservative. He said, I'm going to cut your taxes.
$300.
We're going to cut your taxes. We're going to save you money. We're going to do all these things. And what he really did was he lied because he came up with the shell game where he's going to take money from one pocket and basically put money in one pocket and take it out of the other. And again, the average person is going to pay $500 more a year in taxes now.
I can't do another tax.
Well, and the other thing is that, look.
It's not good for business.
But think about it. What he's trying to do is he's trying to blame the local government officials for
That's
taxation.
What he's doing.
Right. And in reality, they didn't do it. So you can't blame Tom McDermott, Anthony Copeland, Pete Land. You can't blame the town council in Griffith or Munster or Highland because they're going to be forced. They're not going to have any choice.
Hammond's in huge debt. Huge debt.
They're in huge debt. But the thing is that all SB1 is going to do is make that debt worse. And they're going to, again, force communities to pass these local income taxes. And to me, it's just wrong.
I think he's trying to draw out, and it was really dumb. He's trying to draw out who the cities are in debt. I could tell you the number. One of my administrators, who is a school teacher at Morton High School, came over and showed me how to look the debt up on IndianaDataBase.com. Mm-hmm. I could tell you the debt. And McDermott even agreed, yes, we're that in debt. And Chuck Poland, he just pounded the drums. When the casino money runs out, you're going to get a ton of taxes. And that's why Chuck got that medal from Joe Biden. It means nothing, Chuck. You could tell these people, and we're here right now getting all these taxes, and we won't run through them again. But now we're going to get a transportation tax to pay for the train to go out to Lowell. When we use our seated money in Hammond, which was $27 million, to pay for this train.
Well, and on top of everything else, though, you're going to have all these new taxes. Everybody's going to be blaming everybody for them, and the schools are going to be the biggest losers because they're not going to be able to levy taxes, okay? And, Braun, once again, look, there's waste. We've talked about it. There's waste in school districts. But to simply say, we're going to cut your revenue, you figure out how to handle it, is also wrong. That's not the way to plan things. That's not the way to fix things. You need to go in and you need to say, we need to cut this, we need to cut that, not just take cuts across the board. That's a mistake. 845-1100, we've got another caller. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hey, guys, I hate to bug you more than once, but if I can get a mulligan, you're talking about what Braun did to the local governments with this cutting state taxes. One thing to consider, too, right now the state does not tax Social Security. If we get local option income taxes, are they going to tax Social Security?
It's a good question. I believe the local income tax would apply.
That's a good point. Trump.
Yeah.
Trump is not going to tax our Social Security, right? And then what does it happen? Oh, good. Now I got $200 in my pocket, and it's going to go for the local city tax plus $300 to $400 more dollars. It's not right, man.
Like me, in my case, you're probably looking at 35% of our income here with Social Security. It's not taxed by the state. But if the locals are going to take it, I wonder if Braun even figured into that,
Oh, I think Braun figured into all of it. See, I think what Braun did is Braun looked at things and said, you know what? If I give these people a tax break, and he wants all that tax to hit at the very hit on the second tax payment, so you'll get it just before November. He wants you to remember that he cut your taxes, and he wants you to remember that locals raised your taxes.
Exactly.
But the reality is the locals didn't raise your taxes. Mike Braun raised your taxes, but Mike Braun's just not taking the blame or the credit for it.
I've had a lot of respect for Braun, but I don't think Mitch Daniels would have pulled something like this. I can't believe Braun. It dazzled me that he's actually coming out with this. Like you say, it's you're taking it out of one pocket and putting it in another pocket. What's the point of that?
Well,
exactly.
And the other thing is that look, Braun basically the difference between him and Mitch Daniels would have come in and said, you're going to have to cut these costs out of your budget. He would have addressed it. Where Braun's just like, well, I'm just going to cut your taxes and you figure out how to pay for it and you can pass all these local taxes if you want. To me, that's not the way a governor should function. A governor should be a leader and say, okay, folks, we have a problem. We're paying too much here and here's what we're going to do about it. He didn't do any of that. He just came up with smoke and mirrors and basically you're taking more money out of your pocket. And you're right, Lee, I've got a check on that. But I think that could apply. Let me ask you this: does the so-called local option income tax apply to your Social Security?
Right.
Well, then it's probably going to apply. It's going to probably all these local taxes will apply as well. So, yep, it's just smoke and mirrors.
I have not been keeping up with this. Is this a done deal now or what?
It's a done deal. It goes into effect January 1st.
Okay, there you go. Well, yeah like I say, you contact the governor's office and let them know how you feel about this, especially seniors. You're on a fixed income. Nobody's giving you I just got my statement for my upcoming year for Social Security. I think I'm getting a raise of about $4 a month or something like that.
You're not getting much, right? You're not getting very much. So you're absolutely right. Hey, thank you for calling again. 845-1100. Do we have another caller? We do. Let's take that caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Couple of quick things, man.
Brad, how are you? Merry Christmas.
I'm doing well. Merry Christmas to the both of you, too, first off. I have to say I've been being Mr. Christmas this year, promoting everyone everywhere I see around the region to be as giving.
Well, being Mr. Christmas, who would you like to give a lump of coal to?
Oh, well, I'm definitely with you with Mike Braun here.
Right.
I'm promoting everyone here for Christmas to not only be as giving as you can, but you know what? Consume as much as you can too. I mean, be Christmas. This comes around once a year. Don't be lazy about it. Get into it. I mean, come on. Christmas is like fading away. Everybody, they want to have a party. Call your friends. Spend some cash that you don't have. Just do it. It comes around once a year because, like I said at the end of 2024, if you think 2024 was wild, wait till we see 2025. But I got to tell you, wait till we see 2026. That's going to be interesting. But Mike Braun, that guy, he gets a sack full of coal.
No.
A sack full of coal.
How much is a sack full? How much is a sack full? How many pieces? How many pieces?
I'm just gonna say, let's give him 10 pieces.
No.
He's now got 12 pieces of coal. He's in the lead. MX is number 2.
Look, here's the thing. These guys waste our money, and you guys know I have a tech background. They spent all this time and all this money trying to thwart kids from not getting on devious sites of pornography and stuff. But I'm telling you, that thing that they're doing is a complete fabrication, and it's a cover-up because they want everybody to get an Internet ID. They want you to have an ID to get to the Internet. Do not let them fool you. It's happening all over the place.
I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
I think they want to track where you're at on social media and the Internet, and I think that's wrong.
All the money is in that data. It's all there. They sell it to the marketers, and they're doing it. They're going to take it. It's just like the DMV or they sell all of your information to marketers. Nobody really knows that. Every single BMV or DMV in the country sells all your info. Sells it all to the marketers. Look it up. So I'm telling you, don't let them do this because you know what? You can use a VPN. They just proved it. They wasted all of our money, and some guy like myself comes in and says, well, I can sit right here in Indiana and say I'm coming out of the Netherlands, and I can access whatever I want. You don't think some kid is not going to figure that out? Hell, I was rigging cable boxes at the age of 8 with a paper clip. I mean, it's come on, man. Remember you used to be able to stick a paper clip in the old cable boxes, and they would clear, and you get all the channels for free. I mean, kids are smart. They're going to always find a way around it. So, yeah, give that guy a massive lump of coal. I've had it.
You just caused me to lose. Next year he'll get a Christmas present.
Yeah.
A paper clip.
Right. If I had to pick a number, did anybody pick 8 yet?
8 has not been picked yet. 8 has not been picked.
I wish you would have picked 4, but
no,
8.
You picked number 8. You picked number 8. So explain number 8 over here. Number 8 is not going to pop up on the screen. Number 8, MX has to show, and there we go. It is a jar of gummy bears, and who is this? And who is this for?
For you.
It's for me. And explain what the gummy bears are supposed to do.
Just in case you get too far to the left, buddy.
So these are supposed to keep me. These are supposed to keep me from being too liberal on the air.
Yeah, that last post you made. Everybody likes you, and they're not going to. Because you get banned. So, in case you start going too far to
was
the left,
wrong. Trump was just plain wrong on his comments about Rob Reiner. I mean, look,
how about Rob Reiner? Was Rob Reiner
no,
wrong?
he was. Look, Rob Reiner is dead though, and the point is that somebody dies. You give your condolences and you move on. You didn't like him, you say, well, I'm sorry that they passed, and that's all you have to say, right? Right, Brad? You don't go and say, well, the guy was scum of the earth.
Well, wait a minute now. I mean, somebody called me up and hollered at me. Big cat. Trump ain't presidential. Was Clinton presidential, what he did?
But two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
You grew up in a different world than I grew up.
Well, yeah, we're not sure what world you grew up.
Well, I grew up.
I think Brad back in the day was working on a story that basically showed that you dropped to earth.
You go take one.
Yeah, I think Brad, isn't that true?
Don't be mad at me. Take 10.
I think we're not sure that MX was born. He might have been hatched.
Right. My dad used to say, "We got the right kid in. I used to play out in the snow when I was frozen to death and I wouldn't come in. And I'd make sure every day I walked home through Gibson Park, I'd fall through the ice.
And I think it was a plan by his dad, Brad. He was trying to freeze him out. I mean, the guy left him out in the cold. Hey, where's his mom would be like, where's MX? He's still outside. Leave him out there for a little bit.
My poor father used to go to the motocross races, and my mom went in the end, and she said, Perry, you're so high in the air. Do you got to do that? And I love my parents. I had the best.
And your dad was at the booth buying more insurance to see if he could make a buck off of you.
My brother, that's a carpenter, and my sister-in-law, they've treated me so good. I put them through so much.
You stand with them. The three of you could be Peter, Paul, and Mary, sing "I Have a Hammer."
They've been through so many operations with my broken bones and everything. I just want to. I love my sister-in-law and my brother, that's a local carpenter, so much. And when my dad died, my brother stepped up and made sure that I did good.
Well, absolutely. But here, you mentioned your dad. The point is that when your dad passed away, there are lots of people I'm sure liked him, but there were a few people that held it against him that he gave birth to you. and I mean, you didn't want people to blame him for you, right?
Yeah, well,
that's the point. That's the point about Donald Trump.
They got the wrong
Reiner.
kid. They got the wrong kid. We got the right
I
kid?
think there's some legal documents that were filed about that your parents tried to disown you a few times.
I love falling in through the ice and coming home. And the nuns. Oh my
God. Yeah, the nuns and everybody were standing there waiting for him to go through the ice, and then he'd come back up and be like, "Oh no, he came back."
We used to skate from Kennedy Avenue to Klein in the Gibson Woods. I helped save the Gibson Woods.
Yes, you did.
The dirt bike riders.
Wow.
But then we'd meet the parish guys, and my brother John tell me, he's a carpenter, 5'9", don't be falling in through that ice. And you know what? What's MX going to do? He's going to fall in through the ice. And he's going to come home, and my parents looked at me, and they shook their head, but they loved me, though. Really, seriously, loved me.
No, I'm sure they did.
I was the last kid. I didn't get all the good genes like you're supposed to. But go ahead.
I think you're doing yourself in.
Hey, pick a number. Pick number 4, will you?
You got to pick number 10.
Oh, 10.
You got to pick number 10.
Hey, MX, before I go, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, or Suzuki?
You know what? Watch. I would have to say Honda right now, but watch Chase Sexton is coming out of Mendota, and he's on a Kawasaki. That's who I like the most.
Nice.
The Lawrence brothers are on Honda, but we got to support my buddy Chase Sexton.
All right. Hey, thanks so much, Brad. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you on the 26th.
Thank you very much.
All right. We have just a couple minutes left. We got to go to a break, and then the Munster Chamber's coming on, so we got to wrap things up. So we got to do these real fast. Let's do number 10. Let's do number 10 real fast. Okay.
Okay. Dean Button did a great job on
city engineer for the city of Hammond.
Did a great job.
Okay.
And it's going to be a Mecca someday.
And then you talk about Kennedy Avenue.
He gets a pair of my motocross socks with holes in them so he could go faster next time.
All right, so Dean Button gets a pair of motocross socks with holes in them for doing a great job, and you mean it sincerely on Kennedy Avenue. He did a great job. Yeah,
but he can move faster if he puts these on.
If he puts those on because you wore them, and then we have the other one, the last one, which is
put it on, would you?
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead, explain.
Now, Jed, where's it at?
There it is, right here.
Right there.
Right. Okay. So last one of the day.
Another show. Trump is bad. Jed called me a one-trick pony, and I won't call him a one-trick pony. But I was trying to get a shot spotter, and Hammond Hesfield's a lot better. But everything is Trump is bad, and there's crickets on the gas prices, and it's a lot safer here now. Jed.
I like how you thinned out his hair. I like how you thinned out Jed's hair.
What do you think of that Photoshop, Lynette?
It looks great.
So we're going to put this over there. When Jed starts constantly, every show, Trump is bad.
We're going to put it right up on the counter there, so that the host can see that.
And then he gets this gift. My memes ain't what would you call it, vulgar?
No, they're not.
No, none of them are. So
I like how he asked you though. Can he show it? Can he show it to his wife when you?
Yeah,
said,
it's okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
that was pretty funny.
But he gets this.
They're not vulgar, but I better check to make sure that I can.
But you know what? I'm not going to call you a one-trick pony, Jed, like you do when I was fighting for a shot spotter with Tom Dabertin. Now, look, me and Tom are friends. We're talking about this cabin going back to Hessville Park. But here, Jed.
We're going to bury you in.
Yeah, here you go, Jed. You know what? You can't keep going on. Trump is bad. How about Trump? Look at lower the gas prices. Now, come on. It's a little bit
Lynette,
safer.
can I just ask you? Okay, there's a couple of choices what to do with the cabin, all right? He wants, when he passes, he wants them to put it in Hessville Park. I say that they could use it to bury him in, all right? Or you could put it as MX's outhouse over at Cabela's. Which one would you choose?
It's his decision. It's whatever he wants.
But you get to choose here. Come on.
Now remember, I'm going to replace the cabin up north.
It's your right, but it's your choice. You get to choose. What would you like to do with it? Other than set it on fire.
How about that bear? Did you ever see that bear that was at my cabin?
I have not.
I got pictures.
He has bears. He does. He has bears. But which would you choose? I think the MX Outhouse.
Hessville Park.
See, the MX Outhouse reminds people, they come to Cabela's and it reminds them as they go in about MX.
Sure, let's go with Cabela's now.
All right, there you go. You lose. Hey, this has been a lot of fun, folks. We've had a great time this morning.
Thank you, Lynette.
It's our short show. Lynette, thanks so much. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll see everybody not next Wednesday because that's Christmas Eve, but we'll see you next Friday starting at 6 a.m. right here on WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM. And keep it tuned here all day, all week to WJOB. Don't forget, coming up next is the Munster Chamber of Commerce show, and then it's followed by the School City of Hammond. And I will talk to you after Christmas, so have a very Merry Christmas and a great day. Take care.